Good evening and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I'm Madhavdas Gk. Viewers, the Bengal brutality has numbed the nation. Tales of torture that the 31-year-old doctor was subjected to has sparked widespread anger. The Supreme Court today heard the case suo motu and pulled up the Mamata government over its lackadaisical approach. The court said that it cannot comprehend how the state allowed the Gk hospital to be vandalized when police was supposed to secure the ghastly crime scene round the clock. The top court also rapped the Kolkata police over the delay in the filing of FIR. The Chief Justice of India said it is a moment of national catharsis, summing up the collective sentiment of the entire country. But when Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, was asked a question on the Kolkata horror, he responded by saying, "Don't distract me." Listen in.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डॉक्टर से कहा अपने स्ट्राइक एंड करने एज लोग भी
नहीं देखिए भैया मैं यहाँ इस मामले में आया हूँ। अब मैं जानता हूँ कि आप इस मामले को उठवाना नहीं चाहते हो, आप डिस्ट्रैक्ट कराना चाहते हो।
Now, Rahul Gandhi was in his parliamentary constituency of Raebareli where he met the family of a Dalit youth who was shot dead. The Congress leader's response has drawn a blistering attack from the BJP, terming the remark shocking beyond imagination.
Shocking beyond imagination that when asked about the RG Medical College case, which is a clear-cut case of institutional cover-up where the Mamata Banerjee government has been slammed by no less than the Supreme Court for standing not with the Beti but with the Apradhi and the Balatkari, and the entire nation is demanding justice, Rahul Gandhi says, don't ask me about this, it's a distraction.
However, after Bengal, another brutality has come to the fore from Maharashtra's Badlapur, where two nursery kids were sexually assaulted in the washroom of a school by a cleaning staff member. This incident happened on August 12th and 13th. But the FIR was finally lodged only on the 16th of August. As per the FIR, two nursery kids were there. One of them was 3 years and 10 months old, was raped, as established in a medical report as well. The second girl complained about bad touches by the cleaning staff member. Sources say that the principal and class teacher appeared before the Women and Child Commission, but their responses have been found to be unsatisfactory. While the principals learned to have made excuses of being ill, class teacher was evasive in her responses. NHRC has also taken cognizance of this incident and issued notices to the Chief Secretary as well as the DGP of Maharashtra, seeking a report within 2 weeks. Now, the accused has been arrested, but there's anger over the delayed police action. Protesters gathered at the Badlapur railway station in large numbers, blocking the movement of trains and pelting stones on police personnel. Agitators also gathered outside the school where the incident took place and hurled smoke bombs inside the school premises. The police had to resort to firing of tear gas shells and lathi charge to bring the situation under control.
ये आप तस्वीर देख रहे हैं, ये तस्वीर है बदलापुर स्टेशन के बाहर की, और यहाँ पर जो है पुलिस जो है वो किस तरीके से बल का प्रयोग कर रही है। और ये देखिए, ये पुलिस बल का प्रयोग करते हुए ताकि जो प्रदर्शनकारी हैं उन्हें हिरासत में लिया जा सके और उन्हें जो है खदेड़ा जा सके। और ये देखिए आप कैसे एक जो प्रदर्शनकारी है उस पर लाठी बरसाते हुए यहाँ पर पुलिस की टीम, ये राइट्स कंट्रोल की टीम और थाने पुलिस की टीम अलग अलग जो यहाँ पर प्रदर्शनकारी हैं, पिछले 7-8 घंटे से उन्हें गुजारिश की जा रही थी कि वो यहाँ से हट जाएं, लेकिन चूंकि वो अभी हट नहीं गए थे, इसके बाद जो है वो अब यहाँ पर जो थोड़ा सा बल जो है वो इस्तेमाल करना पड़ रहा है ताकि लोग जो है वो हट सके। महिलाएं भी हैं, महिलाओं को हटाने के लिए यहाँ पर महिला पुलिस का इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है। वहीं दूसरी तरफ आप अगर देखेंगे तो ये जो पूरा परिसर है उसे यहाँ पर खाली कराया जा रहा है ताकि जो रेल सेवा है वो बहाल हो सके और जो ट्रेनें पिछले 8 घंटे से रुकी हुई थी उन ट्रेनों को फिर से शुरू किया जा सके। तो कुछ प्रदर्शनकारियों को यहाँ पर हिरासत में भी लिया जा रहा है। आप देखेंगे कि यहाँ पर मैं आपको अगर रेलवे ट्रैक की अगर तस्वीर दिखाऊं तो आपको रेलवे ट्रैक यहाँ क्लियर दिखाई देगा। सबसे पहले ये देखिए, हिरासत में लिया गया एक महिला को और एक पुरुष प्रदर्शनकारी को यहाँ हिरासत में लिया गया है। और वहीं दूसरी तरफ अगर मैं आपको ये तस्वीर दिखाऊं इस अंबरनाथ ट्रैक की, तो आप देखेंगे कि ये जो ट्रैक है अब क्लियर हो चुका है पूरी तरीके से। जितने भी जो प्रदर्शनकारी थे उन्हें यहाँ से खदेड़ दिया जा चुका है, ट्रैक पूरी तरीके से क्लियर कर दिया है। पुलिस ने हालात पर काबू पा लिया है। यहाँ पर थाने पुलिस के साथ साथ राइट कंट्रोल पुलिस, रैपिड एक्शन फोर्स और SRPF की जो टीमें हैं वो डिप्लॉय की गई थी और उसके बाद अब यहाँ से प्रदर्शनकारियों को खदेड़ के हटा दिया गया है। ये देखिए प्रदर्शनकारियों ने यहाँ पर पुलिस की गाड़ी को अपना निशाना बनाया। ये जो गाड़ी यहाँ खड़ी थी उस पर तोड़फोड़ की, पत्थरबाजी की और यहाँ तक इस गाड़ी को भी उन्होंने पलट दिया। तो ये जो गुस्साई जो भीड़ थी प्रदर्शनकारी, जब उनके ऊपर लाठीचार्ज हुआ, पुलिस ने उन्हें खदेड़ने की कोशिश की तो गुस्साई भीड़ ने यहाँ पर इस तरीके से जो है उत्पात मचाया। देखिए अभी भी एक्शन यहाँ पर चल रहा है। जहाँ जहाँ प्रदर्शनकारी छुपे हुए हैं वहाँ उन्हें तलाशा जा रहा है और उन्हें यहाँ से जाने के लिए कहा जा रहा है। थोड़ा ये देखिए आंसू गैस देखिए छोड़े जा गए, पुलिस पर हमला कर रहा है। पुलिस जो है उन्हें जवाबी कार्रवाई में आंसू गैस दाग रही है। देखिए
The Maharashtra Chief Minister's office said that the Chief Minister has taken serious note of the incident and has warned that action will be taken against the management if such an incident occurs. Chief Minister Shinde also directed that the case be tried in a fast-track court immediately so that there's speedy justice. The state government has ordered formation of an SIT to investigate this incident. Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis has ordered Thane Police Commissioner to immediately suspend Senior Police Inspector, the Assistant Sub-Inspector of Police and Head Constable of the Badlapur Police Station amidst complaints of delayed police action in the case. The state has also appointed senior lawyer Ujjwal Nikam as a special public prosecutor for the Badlapur case.
पूरी एक घटना की जानकारी अगर आप अपना कमेंट पास करें, क्योंकि एफआईआर और केस रजिस्टर होने में भी काफी देरी हुई है, क्या एक्शन होगा आपकी तरफ से?
नहीं, देखिए मैं पुलिस कमिश्नर से सुबह बात की थी और उसने कहा मुझे कि उन्होंने कहा पुलिस ये जो एक्यूज है अरेस्ट हो चुका है और मैंने कहा कि इसके ऊपर जितने भी सेक्शन लगते हैं, ये बच्ची का हादसा बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है, ये दुखद ये घटना है और निश्चित रूप से सरकार ने पूरी तरह इसे गंभीरता से लिया हुआ है। इसमें जो कोई लापरवाही बरतेगा, जो कोई दोषी होगा उसको नहीं छोड़ा जाएगा, सभी लोगों को कड़ी शिक्षा मिलेगी और उसी तरह इस केस को हमने फास्ट ट्रैक पे लिया हुआ है। इस केस को स्पेशल पीपी हम लोग दे रहे हैं। इस केस को पूरी तरह अंजाम देने के लिए पूरी तरह जितने एविडेंस है वो एविडेंस पुलिस कोर्ट में पेश करेगी और इसे 2 महीने के भीतर इसमें ये केस में जो अंजाम है, जो जजमेंट है वो मिलेगा ताकि ऐसे केस को दोबारा कोई भी करने की हिम्मत ना करे। ये हमारी कोशिश है।
The opposition is gunning for the Mahayuti government, raising questions on the law and order in the state. Demanding death punishment to the accused, opposition leaders have said that the case has left the entire state ashamed.
जो छोटे छोटे बच्चों पे अत्याचार होता है वो पूरे महाराष्ट्र को एक शर्म आनी चाहिए ऐसी घटना। ये पुलिस विभाग की आज कानून व्यवस्था पूरी बिगड़ चुकी है। उनकी सबकी मांग है कि फास्ट ट्रैक पर चलाया जाए, 3 महीने के भीतर में ये नराधम को फांसी हो और ऐसे आरोपी को किसी भी हालत में छूटना नहीं चाहिए, ये हमारी मांग है।
आता जे वर्षाताई तू जो उल्लेख केलास बदलापूर मधली घटना संतापजनक आहे, अत्यंत विकृत, पण तिच्याकडे कानाडोळा करायचा आणि बंगालमधल्या कृत्याचं मी समर्थन करणार नाही। देशाच्या नव्हे जगाच्या कानाकोपऱ्यात जिथे जिथे महिलेवरती अत्याचार होईल तिचा निषेध नव्हे, त्या गुन्हेगारांना उलटे टांगून पुन्हा सुलटे करून फाशी दिलं पाहिजे।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
This across to our guest. Joining us is Kia Ghosh, spokesperson of BJP. We have with us Suzy Ben Shah, spokesperson of Shiv Sena Shinde. With us also is Brijmohan Srivastav, spokesperson of NCP Ajit Pawar. With us is Anish Gawande, who's the national spokesperson of NCP Sharad Pawar. Sajid Supariwala, leader of the Shiv Sena UBT, is with us. Nilanjan Das, spokesperson of TMC, joins us. Mumtaz Patel, leader of Congress Party, also with us on the show this evening. Mumtaz Patel, let me ask you a simple question, ma'am. The entire country, we've seen doctors, young persons across the country who are absolutely outraged with what's happened in RG Car. Now, the Supreme Court has taken cognizance. Very scathing observations have been made of West Bengal government. It's all out there in the public domain. But, you know, one can understand that Rahul Gandhi has certain concerns. He wants to visit that Dalit youth who was killed in his constituency. But why call this a distraction? Isn't that a very insensitive terminology at a time when the whole country is taken outrage at what's happened at the RG Car hospital?
So as usual, the distraction is being caused by the media. That is what Rahulji was attempting to say. He's already made his statement regarding the Kolkata rape case. And today he was there for another purpose, which is also where the police has not been able to arrest the main accused, which is why he said that the media should not distract from the purpose that he was visiting. It's very easy to twist his statements and make headlines out of it. So that's something we are very used to, but let's not politicize any of these issues. The rape case is something that need not be politicized. And also what happened with the Dalit youth today, let's talk about that also. So nothing is a distraction. The media is distracting, basically.
The media is distracting everybody. Kiya Ghosh, please respond to Mumtaz Patel. I would request you to unmute yourself and speak, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. Yes, of course it's media's fault. Before it is the media who had brought this case of Abhaya or Tilottama, whoever you call her, to the National Forum. It is of course the media's fault that Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Vadra, who says Ladki hu lad sakti hu, she couldn't pay a visit to neither the victim's family. She was completely silent on the Shandeshkar issue. And so was Rahul Gandhi. Basically, Rahul Gandhi is very scared of losing this position of LOP, which he has gotten after probably 3 successive consecutive defeats. So the thing is that Rahul Gandhi is very worried about Raebareli, or they are like want to take out protests for Badlapur. But when it comes to Bengal, they maintain stoic silence. Rahul Gandhi just did one tweet, that's it. And what about the Congress, the entire Congress, the cabal, the left ecosystem? Firstly, they couldn't say a word about Sandesh Khali or Harsh Khali, nor about the RG horrific incident. So, frankly speaking, like they say that, okay, we should not politicize. Madam just mentioned the Dalit youth. I would like to humbly mention to her, Congress is nowadays, if you ask from Bengal, they love going to UP. So I would like to humbly mention 2 names, the Kanauj and the Moin Khan case. No, they forget about that. They forget about the name of their own minister, Rajendra Singh Gora. They forget about the name of the MLA who said that while in Congress rule, I feel unsafe in Rajasthan. And now they cite examples of Rajasthan.
Mumtaz Patel, I think the point being made over here is this, that whether it is Unnao, whether it's Kathua, and in fact Rahul Gandhi equates what happens in Kolkata, he compares it to what happens in Kathua. In all of these cases, we saw Mr. Rahul Gandhi outraged, and rightly so. The state governments everywhere must be held accountable. Over here, while the local administration of the police, he did tweet about it, but the name of the chief minister holding somebody responsible to account, many would say that was not the kind of response that was there when it came to Kolkata. He did express his outrage, but this was a very measured sort of response. Why?
No, he said that the accused are being saved. And this is exactly what we're trying to do. We're debating over here on a particular topic, but how nicely and easily BJP distracts, because they go on to every sort of whataboutery as usual, and then we get diverted from the topic, whether it's the Dalit youth who got shot or whether it's the rape case. This is not what we are debating about, are we? But we are just going whataboutery, and the whole blame again goes back to the Gandhi siblings.
No, it is not whataboutery, ma'am. The Supreme Court, just one second, please hear me out. The Supreme Court has said that this is a moment of national catharsis. The Supreme Court is asking why there is no safe spaces for young doctors to rest at night. Why go to a seminar room? What is the security arrangement that is made in hospitals? It's a nationwide problem. And they've said that let's not wait for another ghastly rape case to take place. These are some of the stinging observations that I'm paraphrasing of what the court has expressed. Now, why is it that urgency, when it's coming from the highest court of the country, which sets the law of this land, why is that kind of urgency not seen in the Congress party? I think it's a legitimate question, ma'am. I don't think this is about BJP or Congress. It's about everybody being equally outraged, irrespective of which party is ruling in which state.
Is the Congress in government? No. If you can hold a midnight session and change laws, if you can demonetize suddenly, like in a span of 1 hour, why is the government not doing anything and changing rules overnight for rape victims? When Nirbhaya happened, so many laws were amended at that point of time. Today, why is the Congress answerable for everything? You asked a question to Rahul Gandhi at a moment that he had gone for another issue, and then now you're making it all about Rahul Gandhi and how he called this a distraction. No, isn't the government answerable? Why should
of course,
not,
everyone's
like
answerable, madam. I am not giving a clean sheet to anybody.
It's
no,
a
nobody is giving a clean sheet to anybody.
Safety.
And let's put that question. We've seen award-winning doctors, Kiya Ghosh, write to the central government saying that, enough is enough. It's high time that there is a law. Sure, there are several state governments, I think about 22 or 23 of them, that have similar laws to protect healthcare professionals. But, we need a central government law to protect our doctors. That's a demand that's come in from Padma Award-winning doctors. What is the central government doing about this?
I completely agree with you, Madhav, on this. There has to be a law which would cover the security and ensure the security of the doctors, and plus their dismal working conditions. And like I'm from Bengal, let me give you of course, I'm sure you have done a number of shows. But why isn't Rahul Gandhi, for once, did he question Mamata Banerjee? Mamata Banerjee, while placing the state budget, she said, we have sufficient grant for the state healthcare. But we have seen there's not a single healthcare on-call room in any of the leading government hospitals. Forget about the district hospitals, which is the reason this Tilottama, she had to take rest after 36 hours of long rest in the seminar hall where apparently the incident happened. But now we are getting startling informations that Sanjay Roy, the so-called prime accused, he is saying that when I reached the location, everything was done, she was dead. We are getting information from various sources, which we don't know. Our question, why isn't Rahul Gandhi questioning Mamata Banerjee? Why did you shield the principal for so long?
Let me put those questions to the TMC. I think it's the TMC government that is there in West Bengal, and Nilanjan Das is with us. Nilanjan, the question is this, and these are questions coming in from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has questioned the state government on the vandalization at RG Car. In the aftermath of the brutal incident and demonstrations which followed, the state government was expected to ensure the deployment of state machinery to prevent a breach of law and order. It was all the more necessary to do so since investigation of the crime which took place in the precincts of the hospital was underway. We are unable to comprehend how the state was not prepared to deal with the incident of vandalization of the premises of the hospital. This is what the Supreme Court is observing, Nilanjan. How do you justify this?
No, I'm not here to justify. The CP of Kolkata has already accepted that there has been intelligence lapse on the part of the Kolkata police. And just now, I'm talking about report from the last 30 minutes. The Kolkata police has already suspended 2 of the senior ACPs and 1 inspector connected with that vandalization. So action is being taken, and many other steps to ensure the safety and security of women in the hospital and other professional areas is ensured. The government of West Bengal has risen to the occasion. They have declared a new scheme called Shakti, which grants women volunteers during the night time. So the government is working in
and also Mr. Arapan Bandyopadhyay says women should not work in the night. Women doctors shouldn't work in the night, along with the announcement.
He hasn't said that. He hasn't said that. He has said that wherever possible, it may be avoided. So it's a kind of a maybe.
So you're basically taking away the women's right to work at night. If you're going to start avoiding it, how is that a solution, sir? Rather than providing a safe environment to work, you're discouraging women from working in the night.
This is cheap WhatsApp university level discourse that you are trying to bring in. I won't respond to that.
No, what is the cheap WhatsApp level discourse? If you're avoiding women working in the night,
absolutely cheap
obviously, no. Mr. Nilanjan, please hold on, and you choose your words very carefully. I would advise you. Please use your words very carefully. There is a lot of Mr. Nilanjan Das from the terminology of Ratire Shati, which many believe is also very patronizing, and of course also many find offensive. There's also, forget, you can choose to term anything WhatsApp university, that's your prerogative, but that doesn't change the fact that when you are bringing out such a scheme, when you are threatening to thrash, are you now going to justify what Mr. Udayan Guha and others are also saying? That will break the hands and fingers of others? There are many controversial statements that have come in. 1 second, please hold on to your thoughts, Mr. Nilanjan. There are many controversial and extremely problematic and insensitive statements that have come out from top TMC leaders, including threats, including very open and very bizarre threats that have come in. And since Kiya Ghosh is on the panel, Kiya Ghosh, please respond to him. Ratire Sathi, How is the terminology? And what really is the government attempting to do here?
No, he's not aware of Ratire Shati, which the main advisor to the CM, Alapan Bandyopadhyay, has said. It clearly mentions that women won't be working in the night shifts. So which means the women doctors or the probably, who knows, the female patients, they would be discharged on a daily basis and they would be again admitted on the next morning, saying that, see, our police and our administration won't be able to provide security to you. This is the condition, and he's clearly denying it. It is his prerogative. But clearly, Alapan Bandyopadhyay has mentioned this, that we will look after the working hours of women. This is a very misogynist statement because it is a blatant way to cover up West Bengal administration and its flaws. Currently, the police, they are failing to provide security to the doctors. See, hooligans, they barged inside the hospital. What did the doctor do?
Okay.
They rushed.
We have been discussing West Bengal. We have been discussing West Bengal for the past several days now. But I want to also bring attention to the ghastly incident that has been reported from Maharashtra. And I want to ask Susie Ben Shah, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena Shinde faction. Susie Ben Shah, at the end of the day, you cannot have a situation where 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds have this kind of a brutal sexual assault taking place on them. The police makes the parents wait for 11, 12 hours and then delays action. We've all seen what's happened in Thane. I mean, this is absolutely unacceptable. And this was entirely avoidable if the police in Maharashtra had acted on time. You can't blame the Kolkata police and then your own police is doing exactly the same thing. Please unmute yourself and speak, ma'am.
Sorry to that. Good evening, and I equally share your concern, your anguish, and condemn the incident with no equivocal terms. I am also here as a chairperson of the Child Rights Commission and on my way back to Badlapur. But no sooner, I just like to say this, that on 14th, no sooner did we came across this incident, we swung into action. We were supporting the family. When we went to the police station on the 16th, our woman and child officer was with the parent, were with the child, and yes, there was a gross delay by the police in lodging an FIR. And the heads will roll and they have to answer the questions. But as far as Maharashtra government is concerned, it's a very sensitive government towards women and children. I personally went there today to Badlapur, had a preliminary inquiry. SIT has been formed, and within no sooner than 60 days, justice will be done. Foolproof charge sheet will be filed. In fact, Ujjwal Nikam has been appointed as the public prosecutor, and a swift justice will be delivered. We have also given a support person. We have ensured that both these little girls are given all the government assistance in the way of
Sajid Supariwala, this is a sensitive government that swung into action. Speedy justice has been promised by the Chief Minister within 2 months. Please respond to Susie Ben Shah.
60 days is a very long time. How can you even say? As a woman, I see 3 women panelists here. I'm really wanting to say sorry to the womanhood today. I'm ashamed of not giving justice to the women concerned. I'm ashamed what happened in Delhi. I'm ashamed what happened anywhere in my India. It is a really sorry state of affairs that I say sorry to the womenhood today. It is a shameful day for things. Susie, when you should be going on fast track instead of talking about 60 days. If it takes 60 days to get justice for a woman, tomorrow if somebody is raped again, it will again take 60 days. You should have a fast track. Where are we leading? Where are we heading? We are going to the dogs. It is a very sorry state. You should, as a woman...
Let's be mindful of our language. One second. Sajid Supariwala, I understand your anguish. Everybody is very anguished. But let's please keep a little bit of control on our usage of words on national television. Susie Ben Shah, here's my simple question. We are hearing of the same old story all over again in Maharashtra. One assistant sub-inspector who's being suspended. One inspector who's being suspended. Again, the same thing will repeat itself. These people will be out of service for maybe 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. And then they will come back and start doing their jobs. How about fixing accountability, ma'am? As head of a commission, how about taking exemplary action, filing police cases against those who've actually defaulted rather than just suspending them? When are we going to see that happen?
Accountability has to be fixed on the school also, because they are equally responsible for child protection when the child is in their school. So the school also will not be spared. I will not.
Wonderful. What are you doing about it, ma'am? Tell us.
Yes, let me tell you that. So when I went there today, there was a preliminary investigation. I've asked them a question as to why POCSO should not be levied on them, because within 24 hours, once you know that a crime has happened under POCSO, it has to be reported. Let me tell you, the gentleman who was talking on top of his voice, that we are in the criminal jurisprudence, in a criminal system. The rule of law has to be followed. The man is arrested. He's behind bars. We will ensure that he does not get bail, right? But a charge sheet, proper investigation, all investigation for a proper conviction has to be done properly. I mean, what are we talking about? Shouting. Understand what we are talking about. The justice has to be the investigation has to be done properly, effectively, so a conviction can happen. It cannot happen just because Mr. Supparelli wants it done in 2 days. And let me tell you also this. Recommendation will also include, again, it has to be investigated. Recommendation will also include how 70% of the population gets justice in a way that cannot be denied and swiftly. Let the investigation go on.
You know, let me bring in Anish Gawande, national spokesperson of the NCP Sharad Pawar. Anish, you know, I don't want to compare two states. I mean, each such crime is an absolute wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. But unfortunately, what we're seeing here is a difference of approach. When Supriya Sule is asked about the case in Maharashtra, it is mismanagement, it's a failure of law and order. These are the statements that Supriya Sule has given out in the public domain. When asked about Bengal, she says Mamata Banerjee will take quick action, that a lot of incidents take place across the country. So is this outrage only selective today?
We've consistently stood against all such cases, and I think we will continue to stand against such cases. Firstly, it's my first time on your show, and I hope it hadn't had to be on an issue as sort of terrifying and tragic as this one. Let me speak a little bit on the Badlapur case, because I think within all of these cases, the problem is that the headlines grab attention and lead us away from direct action. In Maharashtra, and Suzy Ben has been the chairperson of the Child Commission and done an exemplary job, over the last 10 years, crimes against children have gone up from 8,000 in 2014 to 22,000 in 2024. That's a threefold increase. And we've seen no action from the government. Unfortunately, we've seen statements today by leaders like the former mayor of Badlapur saying that, are you seeing this as if you were the one being raped, to a journalist covering the incident? We've also seen a complete lack of political will. Suzy Ben, in 2022, you had raised the question of the Sakhi Savitri committees, announced with much fanfare by the government, that have not been put in place. There has been no action. This is an incompetent, ineffective government, and this is criminal neglect. You cannot wake up only every time a headline comes to the forefront. And finally, I want to say, we've been speaking about Ujjwal Nikam being appointed as special public prosecutor in this case. This is a man who was a BJP candidate not too long ago. This is a mockery in the face of justice by the Deputy Chief Minister.
Okay, let me bring in Brijmohan Srivastava on that note. Brijmohan Srivastava, a person who was a political party candidate, is now going to become the public prosecutor in this case. And also very, very shocking comments that have come out from a leader of the ruling alliance against a journalist. And that's, I mean, it's so shocking, I just cannot even repeat those words on national television. I don't know if you're aware of the incident that Anish is talking about. I had seen it sometime earlier. Both of these are serious questions that opposition is asking you today, Brijmohan Srivastava.
Madhavji, one thing is very clear. No doubt, Ujjwal Nikam is a political person, but he is a most competent advocate also. He's a known person in the country. So if somebody is raising finger against him, I totally disagree with that. He is quite competent, he is committed to his profession, and I am sure that he will take a best possible action in this matter also. He will plead properly. One thing is very clear. Second, no doubt, the police was delayed in this matter. But you see, our Chief Minister has taken strong action against those concerning police officers also. He has not taken a single minute to take the decision. And it's very loud and clear that we will...
tomorrow TMC will say the same thing. Tomorrow, see, today you are saying this. Tomorrow TMC will also say the same thing. That now we are seized of the matter, now we are taking stringent action. So what's the difference, sir, in approach of the two governments then?
No, I am here. But no. Here I am not representing TMC. I am representing NCP here. I am pleading the Mahayuti's government here. So I am whatever I am saying. I am saying on the
how is that any different?
Maharashtra government.
You are leading one state government. You are representing one state government. TMC represents another state government, and both have been found wanting. The police has been shown to be incompetent in both the cases. What is the difference, sir? People are outraged in this country. They are young men who are hitting the streets. There are thousands of people who have blocked trains in Badlapur. They had to be lathi charged today. When will administration, when will spokespersons and politicians like you understand how enraged people of this country are? Nobody can justify violence taking place, but Mr. Brajmohan Srivastav, this is the kind of apologist and this is the kind of commentary that people do not want to hear on national television, unfortunately. Day after day, we are repeating the same commentary on national television. People want answers. They want accountability. They don't want homilies on national television, Mr. Brajmohan Srivastav. That is the problem today.
You are not.
And whether it is you, whether it is the TMC, whether it is the BJP, whether it is the Congress, it doesn't matter. For people of this country, the justice system has completely failed them today on national television. That's what we are seeing here. It's a wake-up call for all politicians, for all those who are shrugging accountability. The Supreme Court is lamenting the lack of accountability, but state governments are not ready to accept that. They're not ready to accept the mistakes that have been made. And it's that refusal to accept the mistakes that has people so completely outraged. Is this the kind of criminal justice system we want for India in 2024, ladies and gentlemen? That's a question that everyone is asking. Whether it's 2 months, whether it's 2 weeks, doesn't matter. People completely outraged. People are on the streets. And all political parties and politicians should wake up and understand what's happening in the rest of this country. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us.